Sadly, my dad is no longer with me, and I miss him a lot. And all I have are my memories that he gave me. And I will have to say that he did an outstanding job at giving me those memories. And memories I'm talking about are kind of related. The ones that I really treasure are in the great out of doors. Hunting, fishing, backpacking, shooting. And in those life lessons that he passed on to me, he taught me how to shoot. And I think that's a responsibility that we as fathers have to pass down to our children. Especially when shooting sports are under such an assault by the popular media. And it's just politically incorrect to be a shooter, I guess. But that's where you dads come into play, and you need to teach your boys and your daughters how to shoot, how to be responsible, and give them those family memories that they will treasure the rest of their lifetimes. And to be honest, that's pretty much all I have left of my dad are my memories and a few pictures. And time is short, so do the same with your family. And this is a review on a great system that you can do just that. That is, teach your sons and your daughters how to shoot. Now, I have a video out there called Teaching Your Kids How to Shoot or something along those lines. It was used, actually, let me say, misused by MSNBC in one of their clips. That's ancient controversy at this point. But the fact remains that it is a wholesome sport. It's a good thing to teach your children the responsibility of proper firearms handling, and it will serve them well in life, both in making memories and fun outdoor activities, and perhaps, heaven forbid, but defensive encounters too. They might save your life while they're at it. This is that old Ruger 1022 I showed you in a different video on that Weaver RV9 scope. And this is a gun that my dad taught me how to shoot, or did a lot of it. And I still have it to this day. It is a priceless heirloom to me. And yes, I've taught my kids how to shoot this gun as well. However, I don't think that a semi-automatic 22 is perhaps the best vehicle to teach your kids marksmanship. Let me caveat that. I wouldn't say it's a bad option, but here's the things that I think perhaps it doesn't serve too well in that capacity in. First off, the stock's going to be kind of big for them. You know, your kids are little, and they're going to have a hard time holding at least a full-size 1022. Now, the good news is they have a compact 1022 out there with compact dimensions in the stock. In fact, if you look at my running gun video with 1022s, I ran the course with just such a gun, and it rocked. I loved it. If you can get a hold of one of those, then yeah, that's a great choice. So if a full-size 1022, a little bit on the big side. Another thing is I don't want my kids to think the ammo's free, and I don't want them to go trigger happy with it. I want them to learn how to make every shot count before they upgrade to a semi-automatic. And that's where we get into the subject of this review video, an excellent option for teaching your kids how to shoot, and that is the outstanding Crickett single-shot 22 rifle. We've had ours for about a decade, actually a little bit longer than that, and it is a treasured family gun now in the Nutnfancy family. And unlike a semi-automatic 22, it takes a little bit of doing to shoot this thing. It only has room for one round in the chamber. There's no magazine in there. So your kid is going to have to learn how to insert a cartridge into the chamber, close the manual action bolt, just like so. And guess what? There's no safety there either. It's just a pull mechanism on the end of the bolt. Now the gun is cocked. And then when they fire the gun, they just pull the trigger and bam, off it goes. And in doing so, it is a good opportunity for you, Mr. Dad or Mr. Mom, who's ever doing the instruction, to teach your children the importance of firearm safety. Finger off the trigger until we're on target, especially on a gun that doesn't have an additional safety, and also trigger control, that we squeeze that trigger nice and slow, making sure we don't disrupt our sight picture, and that's how we're going to connect with that aluminum can that we've set out for them. By the way, I recommend starting out with those big cans, like the big old number 10 coffee cans. And as you can see there, that's exactly what I've trained my boys on. You've seen Tactical Doodle before, and there he is in years gone by. along with his little brother, Last Suspect. And they were trained on this outstanding little Crickett 22 rifle. This is put out by a company called Keystone Sporting Arms in Milton, Pennsylvania. And let me tell you just a little bit about them. I'm not the expert on the company, but I'm very impressed with the company, I'll tell you that much. One of the reasons why is they have outstanding customer service. When we bought this gun years ago, it was not wearing this beautiful camouflage laminated stock. Come on, camera focus. There we go. It actually had I think just a hardwood stock. Don't know if it was walnut or not. I think it was just a regular hardwood, maybe beech stock. I called the company because this was a Christmas present to the boys years ago. I said, hey, is there a way that I could maybe swap you a stock and I'll pay you the difference? Keystone said, hey, we'll tell you what. We'll go ahead and ship you several stocks. In fact, every stock we make for your gun, you pick the one you like and just send the rest back to us. Postage paid. Yep, that's Keystone. So I am a huge fan of that company, and they have outstanding customer service. Now, as good as service would be, it's nothing without an excellent product. And let's talk to the specifics of this little diminutive 22 rifle. And it is tiny. It's only 2.5 pounds, this thing is. It's teensy. It's like made for a midget or something. And for kids. And your kids will really appreciate the sizing on this gun. Because when they're little, I don't know, maybe 4 years old on to about 10 years old, you will find that it fits them very nicely. The bluing on my particular example, I think this, I forget which model number this is, maybe 252. Just depends on what color stock it is. But the bluing on my particular gun is outstanding. I don't know if they do that anymore. I think they may paint their guns now, but I was lucky to get one that has a beautiful bluing job on it. And the fit and finish on this little tiny 22 single shot rifle is superb all the way around. The gun comes with Peep Sights, and they're very effective. And like I said in my Weaver RV9 scope review, I am a big fan on teaching my boys, and I recommend you do the same, on how to shoot iron sights effectively. I do not automatically upgrade them to a scope. I think that's a luxury. You've got to learn how to shoot irons effectively, and you've got to make it second nature. And so for years, I would have them shoot the Peep Sights on this little Crickett 22 rifle. And when they got good at it, and they didn't even think about it, and when they least suspected it, I allowed them to upgrade to, yes, this old 3x7 custom 22 rifle scope, which I talked about in another vid. And yeah, it's a luxury having optics. And it rides nicely on here. And that also gets to an accessory you can get for your Crickett rifle. And that is this little 3/8" dovetail scope rail you can get from Keystone. And you can see how that mounts nicely right into the top of the receiver of the 22. And it gives you that optics option. But I will tell you that the Peep Sights work marvelously to wring the accuracy out of this gun. You'll get more accuracy with a scope, but the Peep Sights are adequate. And this gun is very accurate. Where did I put that scope? Here we go. Okay, here's that target I was looking for. And I don't have a ton of paper targets readily available from that Crickett 22 single shot, so I'm just going to use this one. And it is kind of a family memory. I'll just go ahead and share it with you. And the reason it's a family memory is because this is one of the days I was teaching tactical doodle. You've seen them in some videos, how to shoot a gun. And I was using that very Crickett 22 that I just showed you right there, how to do it. Iron sights, by the way. And this is in an indoor range with a bullet trap. And the bullet trap had wood around it, just like I showed you in that indoor shooting range video, to catch stray rounds. And let me just read the comment. This is kind of ridiculous, but it kind of goes to a point I also want to stress while we're talking about marksmanship. Let's see, after he hit the wood, target timbers with a stray shot, I had to sit him down for a serious shoot and refresher of the basics. Safety, sight picture, and trigger control. And then I told him, this is me talking, there's no excuse for hitting the wood. If you're hitting the wood, you're being unsafe. And that's what I told him. And then I demonstrated this group here. Then I had Tactical Doodle do it here. And this is his first group or second, I forget. But you can see how his rounds tightened up. and that is shooting the excellent Crickett 22. So yeah, I'm integrating some serious lessons in there while we're having fun, and this is one of the days I did just that. And that's why you see Tactical Doodle shoot the way he does, because I spent time teaching him, and now I'm spending time with my youngest son doing the same thing.
That's in the
Here's
square.
a great
So
tool to do it, the Crickett 22 single shot. Now, you guys may be saying, single shot, that's a drag, man. Well, I will tell you, my boys had such a fun time, and to this day have such a fun time with the Crickett 22. Sometimes they don't want to shoot a gun like the Ruger. Am I right, Tactical? Yeah, he still loves it. And even to this day, he's a young man now, loves the single shot Crickett. It's just a fun gun to shoot, including me. I love it too. And if you're an adult and you like this style of gun, by the way, I love little 22 bolt guns. I just love them. The Marlin 925 is probably my overall favorite. The Ruger 7722, also excellent. But Keystone also makes a full-size Crickett 22 rifle. It's called the Model 300. Subject to change, of course, it just depends. But go to their website, you'll see it there in annotation, Crickett.com, and you'll see all their guns that they offer and all the cool stocks. By the way, they offer a pink stock if you have a daughter and she's learning how to shoot. You will find that if you teach your little girl how to shoot, it will do wonders for her self-esteem and family memories she'll have with mom and dad. I know I keep weaving that thread in and out of a lot of my reviews, but I believe strongly in it, and I think firearms ownership, sports shooting, and yes, even hunting can provide your family with just treasured family memories. So there you have it. Not much else to say about the Crickett 22 single shot rifle. Superbly accurate, lightweight, ergonomic. The trigger, by the way, is very crisp for what it is. It has an excellent trigger on it. Has a great set of sights. I know I'm not showing them to you. And some cool accessories and stock colorations for you. And for the low price you're going to pay for this rifle, I don't remember exactly what it is. It is a great addition to your family memories and your family arsenal, so to speak. This is Nutnfancy reviewing, yes, even a 22 single shot rifle. Go teach your kids to shoot, man.